Krishna to everybody. अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकयः चक्षुर उन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः. The continuation of reading the teachings of Lord Caitanya. There is the fortune tilaka on the forehead of Srimati Radharani, and she has a locket of Prema Vaichitya. Prema Vaichitya is a symptom of a lover that occurs when the lover and the beloved meet together and still have a fear of separation. Sri Radharani is 15 days younger than Krishna. She always keeps her hand on the shoulder of her friends, and she is always talking and thinking of pastimes with Krishna. She always offers Krishna by her sweet talks a kind of intoxication. She is always prepared to fulfill all the desires of Sri Krishna. In other words, she is the supply source for all the demands of Sri Krishna, and she is qualified with unnatural and uncommon qualities for the satisfaction of Krishna. There is a nice verse in the Govinda Leelamrita in which is stated as follows: who is the breeding ground of Krishna's affection? The answer is it is only Sri Mati Radhika, who is the most dear, lovable object of Krishna. The answer is it is only Srimati Radhika and nobody else. Sheen in the hair and moistness in the eyes and firmness in the breast. All these qualities are there in Srimati Radharani. Therefore, only Srimati Radharani is able to fulfill all the desires of Krishna and nobody else can. Satyabhama is another competitor of Srimati Radharani, but she always desires to come to the standard of Srimati Radharani. Srimati Radharani is so expert in every affair that all the damsels of Vraja come and learn all those arts from her. She is so extraordinarily beautiful that even the goddesses of fortune and Parvati, the wife of Lord Shiva, also desired to be elevated to the standard of Srimati Radharani's beauty. Arundhati, who is known as the most chaste lady in the universe, desires to learn the standard of chastity from Srimati Radharani. Even Lord Krishna cannot estimate the highly transcendental qualities of Srimati Radharani, and therefore it is not possible for any ordinary man to estimate those qualities. Lord Chaitanya, after hearing from Sri Ramananda Roy about the qualities of Srimati Radharani and Krishna, desired to hear from him about the reciprocal exchange of love between Radharani and Krishna. Krishna is described by Ramananda Roy as Dhira Lalita, and he is always engaged in love affairs with Radharani. Dhira Lalita describes a person who is very cunning and youthful and always expert in joking without any anxiety and always subservient to his girlfriend. This Krishna is always engaged in the bushes of Vrindavan to enjoy lusty activities with Radharani, and thus he successfully carried out the instinct of lust. One second, Prabhuji. Not able to see it. So, did I lose that, Prabhuji?
It's right there in the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu.
In the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, there is a very nice verse in connection with the dealings of Radha and Krishna, and it is said, this Krishna, by his impudent and daring talks about sex indulgence, obliged Srimati Radhika to close her eyes, and taking the opportunity of the closed eyes of Srimati Radharani, Krishna painted many pictures on the breasts and Radharani of Radharani, which was a subject matter for joking for the friends of Radharani. Krishna was always engaged in such lustful activities, and thus he made successful his primary youthful life. On hearing of these transcendental activities between Radha and Krishna, Lord Chaitanya said, "My dear Ramananda, what you have explained about the transcendental pastimes of Sri Radha and Krishna is perfectly right, but still there must be something more I should like to hear from you." On hearing this, Ramananda Roy said, "It is very difficult for me to express anything of this, but I can only say that there is an emotional activity which is called Prema Bilasa Vivarta. I may try to explain the Prema Bilasa. I do not know whether you will be happy to hear it, but I must explain it to you. In the Prema Bilasa emotion, there are two kinds of emotional activities which is called separation and meeting. The transcendental separation is so acute that it becomes more ecstatic than meeting. Ramananda Roy was expert in understanding such highly elevated dealings between Radha and Krishna, and he composed a very nice song which he narrated to the Lord. The purport of that song is as follows: the lover and the beloved, before their meeting, by the exchange of their transcendental activities, generate a kind of emotion. That emotion is called raga or attraction. Similarly, Radharani expressed her willingness that this attraction and affection between ourselves has risen to the highest extent, but the cause of such attraction is Radharani herself. Whatever the cause may be, that affection between yourself, myself, said Radharani, has mixed us in oneness. Now it is a time of separation. So I cannot see the history of the evolution of this love between you and me. There was no other cause or mediator in our love. The only cause was our meeting and visionary exchange of feelings. This exchange of feelings between Krishna and Radha Rani is very difficult to understand unless one is elevated onto the pure platform of goodness. Such transcendental reciprocation between Radha and Krishna is not possible to understand even on the platform of material goodness. One has to understand even material goodness in order to understand. One has to transcend even material goodness in order to understand. Such an exchange of feelings between Radha and Krishna is not any subject matter of the material world. Even the highest mental speculators cannot understand this directly or indirectly. Material activities are manifested either for the gross body or the subtle mind, but this exchange of feeling between Radha and Krishna is beyond such intellectual and mental speculation. This transcendental subject matter can be understood by purified senses, free from all the designations of the material world. So I stop here reading and summarize. Although it is one of the very high level of transcendental explanation, the feelings between Radha and Krishna by Ramananda Roy, the subject matter is only being able to relishable by people who are already into the bhava stage of bhakti. Um, it is not for the madhyama or kanishta adhikari, but it's still we can just read and have the information. Maybe in future, whoever reaches to that stage can relish this rasa. Um, Here, as Srimati Radharani's character has been described, and how no one is better than her, and she is the topmost person who can serve Krishna and give pleasure to Krishna in each and every way. Even Satyabhama tried to compete her, but she was not able to overcome Radharani. And Arundhati also tries to take the chastity kind of character following Srimati Radharani. Ramananda Rai has kept on talking, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu kept on asking for further kind of um, the love exchange between Radha and Krishna. It is said that Ramananda Rai said that the the relishable part is more when they have separation between Radha and Krishna, and compared to the meeting of Radha and Krishna. Yeah, it is to be learned here, sir, this why it is said that. This is because as far as what I see is when you meet and the person is with you, yeah, you have that joy, no doubt of it. But when there is a separation, you're always thinking of the person, and that always thinking is what happens and gives the rasa in the separation of the between the beloved and beloved. So so I stop here.